Hi, my name is Naomi Yorde, and this is my Library Accessibility Assessment presentation. For this Library Accessibility Assessment, I'm reviewing the main library at the University of Georgia. The main library is located on the UGA campus in Athens, Georgia, serving over 38,000 students each year. According to a 2016 report, 9.7% of UGA students identify as having one or more disabilities. This number is likely higher since some students might choose not to report their disability with the university. Additionally, there are probably a great number of students who would benefit from the same accessibility tools that might not identify as having a disability at all. This is the library where I work. I work in acquisitions, so I do not interact with the public. Our department is housed in the basement of the building, so I do not see what patrons are doing on the main floors of the library, such as where they tend to sit or how often certain services are utilized. For this reason, I chose 2 different dates to walk around this area of the library and observe the computer area. Both times I went, there weren't any patrons using the computers with assistive technology. Of course, the number of patrons visiting the library is much lower due to COVID-19, so I'm not sure how much of an impact this has on computer use. The UGA Library website has information about all of its services, including libraries other than the main library, such as the Science Library, the Miller Learning Center, and more. There is a tab that links to a page talking about services for patrons with disabilities. It describes both physical accommodations as well as assistive technologies that are available in the different library branches. During my preliminary research, I read an article by Guter and Booth that talked about the importance of assistive technology. They explained that it's important for universities to have this type of technology because there are some students for whom it would be impossible to complete a college program without it. The UGA Library clearly cares about providing access to all its patrons and provides a wide variety of assistive technology software to assist with navigating a computer. They have screen readers, color-changing software, speech recognition software, and more. The software is available on computers that are reserved for patrons with disabilities and are located on the main floor of the library where they are easily accessed by anyone. I found these types of assistive technology as accessibility indicators through the Barbara Mates article we read about providing access to all patrons. This screenshot shows the page on the UGA Library website that describes the assistive technology available and where to go for help. The library partners with the UGA Disability Resource Center to provide the best assistance possible for those who need it. This is a screenshot of the same web page as the previous slide. It provides a detailed list of every software the main library has on the reserved computers. There are screen readers such as JAWS, software to magnify and change the color or contrast of the screen such as ClaraView, reading tools for users who are visually impaired like FS Reader, and speech recognition software such as Dragon Naturally Speaking. This slide shows notes I took while walking around the main floor of the library. The spaces were part of the public use computer section and were easily accessible by wheelchair users. The picture on the left shows the 2 computers available for patrons with disabilities. There's plenty of space for wheelchairs, and the monitors are on stands that can move in all directions. However, only a standard keyboard and mouse are provided. The picture on the right shows a small note on the screen that says these computers are reserved for patrons with disabilities. The UGA Library has a great selection of assistive technology tools. However, there are some things they could do better. Since I don't spend any time in this part of the library, I don't know how often these computers get used, but with nearly 10% of the UGA population identifying as having at least one disability, 2 computers doesn't seem like enough. Additionally, there is no signage surrounding the computers letting patrons know that they have different software available or how to access it. There are only the small signs taped to the computers letting patrons know they are reserved. They are in the back corner of the room, so patrons would never see that these 2 computers have assistive technology if they didn't already know it was there. These computers might get more use if they were better advertised. One last thing I noticed was the lack of physically adaptive technology in the workstations. The desk couldn't move up or down, and only had standard keyboards available. Overall, the UGA Library cares a lot about providing access to all of its patrons. They provide a variety of assistive technology software and reserve spaces for patrons with disabilities to use these tools. My main recommendation is increasing awareness around the assistive technology and maybe making the workstations a little more physically adaptive. Thank you.